quite a long day, and they're going to have to be pressed quite firmly into this game as well, just knowing that everything is on the line here.
Well, video straightforward. It's Ancient for OG. Mirage coming through for the former NAVI Junior Camp. And Anubis as the decider. I don't think there's too many surprises over here. Do you?
No, I don't think there's any real surprises at all. I'm pretty satisfied with this, especially with OG moving into an Ancient. I like the way that Krisen calls on this map. I like the way that Nikados moves on this map as well. So I'm expecting some good things here, and I'm expecting maybe a better looking Navi Junior as well, considering how many times they got into actually good positions against Paravision. Should be a quite close affair. OG starting on the CT side, actually, and immediately Doolies flashed up. They take cave rather quickly. Ex-NAVI Junior into B immediately.
Well, that's free. 2 kills, Spook does fire back. Spook was one of the players who was fracking out a little bit versus Amiga. Nikados' position is good. Can he get more than one? No. Can't quite track the head, and it's back to Symmetry and adamb. 1 versus 1. adamb came through and against Iberian Soul with a couple of fantastic rounds. He's hoping for this to be another one. The problem is the lack of kit. He is on the defuse, though. He's sticking it out for now. adamb really threatening to go all the way, and now he's feeling tempted. Now he wants it. Symmetry manages to push him off. adamb gets his head taken off as well. I thought Symmetry might win on time, not on kills.
Yeah, I mean, adamb really did try to call his bluff there. I'm surprised it comes down to that 1v1, considering the double entry immediately there from ex-NAVI Junior, but a fantastic job clawing it back and giving adamb a real fighting chance to close out that round. Even if he had fully stuck it, Symmetry actually didn't seem like he was in a great position to round the corner fast enough to actually stop the defuse, but it was a bit of a coin toss, I think, for adamb, and he'd already found 2 great kills. Why couldn't it have been a third? But some nice clean shooting from Symmetry, who was actually quiet for a lot of the Ancient against Paravision. So, on that T side, you are hoping for a little bit more, because, yeah, I mean, he tried with the AWP a number of times, he just didn't have influence.
Yeah. CD side felt more like a story of just not having targets every single time, and when he did, it wasn't lights out, just put it that way. OG is fun on Ancient, though. You know, if anyone's looking at their statistics like I did yesterday before they went up against Iberian Soul and wondering why did they pick it, I'm with you, Michael. I like how Krisen calls on this map. I think he really sets up Spook for a lot of success. adamb's also been, you know, meshing in pretty nicely. He debuted yesterday, of course, versus Iberian Soul, and to be honest, I know that you were talking about how adamb's an upgrade to OG that you've been looking forward to, and I've never really fully rated him as like, oh yeah, this is the kind of guy who can elevate a top 20 team or so, but you know what? It's a small sample size, but I've been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily saw it as an upgrade, especially when I rated Buzz quite highly.
Yeah.
But I think it was more that because of Buzz having, I guess, a poor run of form, adamb should be an upgrade. You know, he's someone that has been doing quite well for Metasport, playing, you know, aggressive roles. And I haven't really seen that actually as a part of OG's gameplay as of yet, but again, it's quite a fresh move.
That's a good set of flashes coming through. Krisen making sure that his teammates can recede after getting that 1 kill. They're back over to Donut. Travi is expecting them to come into his crosshair. adamb, excellent trade comes through. The fracking IGL that we praised so much across the course of this qualifier is now in the ground.
Yeah, Demon does have good space, though, close to the entrance of Cave. Fiku has jiggled many times, but actually not spotted the initial cross of Demon, immediately taking the headshot, nice. And Demon actually closing the gap as well. So that's the entry they needed. Man advantage, and these healths being so low on the side of OG. Tees up Demon for success. First kill's easy enough, but as they punch in that plant, they are under a bit of pressure.
It's a fadeaway that's going to be the real problem. Symmetry is lost inside the bomb site. He's hoping the smoke will help, and adamb is just going for a full drive-by. He gets almost 2 kills. Mateos is low as well. This round is all adamb.
Oh my god. I mean, the kills he gets are great, but what happened to that smoke? It was supposed to bloom over it long, and it bounced all the way into the bomb site. You saw it, I mean, shoot up into the sky and then land at the feet of the planter. That's a strange geometry interaction that actually could have made a difference. You know how that smoke bloomed? They could have actually safeguarded the edges of it considering that OG were both long. Strange way to lose. But ex-NAVI Junior did get their plant down, and should they, considering they lose to the force buy, they will answer back with a force buy themselves. 2 rifles creeping out towards elbow. Very heavy presence. Damage from Spook is good through the smoke, and adamb will get his 1 from Donut, but the trade is immediate. It does leave a vulnerable A bomb site.
Molotov will stop Spook from going out into the bomb site and fully contending. The grenades are very good on the Crizzen, keeps him nice and low. While the bomb's being planted, Demon has to be careful. He's not the one with armor, so that M4 does feel like it's in the wrong hands. But maybe he can show us that it's not about the Kevlar, it's about the shooting. Crizzen inside the smoke, waiting for it to be finishing up. Another deep grenade, won't be finding too much. They already moved past it. And Mateos will have to do so much as he's left alone. The one to find the first and only kill in this round is also going to be the last one to die, but die he will. It is an effective anti-eco where they keep 4 rifles alive, even some upgrades.
Yeah, good urgency as well coming out from spawn. They played shoulder to shoulder. They get the entries they want to back into the site, and by the time they have to deal with that player inside of Donut, they've just got such a significant man advantage that, you know, they've got smokes blooming on top of the defuse. They're getting kills immediate, and there was effectively no way to salvage the round anymore. ex-NAVI Junior did get what they wanted in terms of getting a plant down, but with 4 survivors in that last round, they go for another force buy. This is something that we definitely saw in the game against Paravision, just this tendency to lean into the force, and, well, I'm not sure if the force will be with them.
Well, let's find out whether they can be perfect Sith Lords on OG. Spook on the other side of a flashbang is good for 1, not the second. Symmetry can trade away nicely. The Molotov keeps Crizzen from pushing in and trying to provide backup as well. That brings it back to a 3 versus 4.
1 smoke and a kit available here for OG, but being that extra man down, they need this double temple play to work.
Crizzen starts pushing out. No one's actually peeking in for him. Demon's a late push, and now Nikodos has been double peeked by Kravity's late swing. Sure, they lose Jugas, but it's still going to be just Fiku trying to find a bit more solace, a bit more damage perhaps. He spots out the rifle barrel, and that'll be baiting out his shots. It feels like force on force action continues. The Jedi Wars are not over yet.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have doubted it. I mean, they go with the last prior round force buy, they lose, they still go for another force, and this time it's far more successful. I mean, going 2 for 1 on the entries at A, and then that temple play just being completely empty-handed.
You ever seen a force buy with an op, Michael?
Well, it's not. It wasn't really a force. Is that
now
that's the
we're
thing.
coming into a force buy with an op.
It's not really. Is my point.
It feels weird.
They had 4 rifles retained over the last round. I mean, this is you know, kind of what they had in reserve.
Well, Nikodos will be able to find the 1, but in through the smoke, he's already found his death. Deep Molotov from Spook. And well,
oh my God.
On Spook. Ooh, Crizzen's found the bomb plant. The Kraben, he's not going to be able to get that one down. It's a strong equalizer, although there's a refresh on the smoke. Spook is creeping through. They weren't checking for him, but he tries to drop down. He looks for too much. And now, with the grenade popping open, the smoke, Fiku certainly had the chance if someone used. Jugas and Demon, a solid double-double.
That's kind of a shame there for Spook. He gets a lot more ground than he's expecting, and he actually had a free kill had he just not dropped off out into Brokey. It's a small micro error, but that could have been the cascading domino to knock down everything for that potential plant for ex-NAVI Junior. Instead, it ends up empty-handed, and ex-NAVI Junior have dealt with the economy of OG, so they're feeling pretty good about the rebound here on T side.
No, Crizzen, you don't get to get away from that Molotov that easily. Gotta take some damage first.
You just have to take an extra step to the right. Hard to gauge the spread of the Molotov sometimes.
It's going to be 4 USBs right down B ramp. It's 1 kill found, and anything beyond this is going to be nice, but beyond that is not going to be found. Actually, op's been dropped. They should be able to recover it. Spook finds great damage in the end.
Yeah, nice shots. I mean, especially the last one on the jumping Mac 10. Far more damage than you would expect. And now a full buy here for OG. There'll have to be a couple of concessions. I thought they would make them, at least. You want incendiaries to take control. And yeah, Crizin will be down to an MP9. Fiku doesn't lean that direction. Could have gone with a FAMAS. They wanted to try and take aggressive control.
Wow. Grenades galore. Theirs is a little bit lost, though. He expects someone to be coming in, but Nikodos has somehow found two, and Crizin forces Gravity away, who was thinking about pushing through the smoke. The MP9 deters him, and although Symmetry is good for the kill into A, he wants a little bit more. Spook ready to reinforce, and now Demon getting the bomb plant seems increasingly unlikely. He fades.
Now, the one advantage he'll have is, even though he's in a 1-on-4, he does have time. So he can fish around the map to try and find an opening. Ancient is so large with the way that the rotates can happen that you can find isolated duels, and he catches Fiku. But he's now spotted inside of Temple. Nate doing a lot of damage. It's going to limit his chances, his opportunities, but he can actually cross back to A main. They have not done a good job of containing him into his position. Demon could go for a very long rotate to B, and it'll be a while before OG consider it.
I also don't know if OG realize this is possible. Because they are jiggling Temple. They should obviously have an idea that Temple could have been breached regardless.
Yeah, they're starting to consider it now.
Is it an offhand consideration or a proper due diligence? That's the question. Can Demon find the skill? If he does, then suddenly these are two more isolated duels, and now that ally of time is no longer on his side. He looked to his wrist, and it'll be Nikodos on his attempt. Oh my god, he's almost done it. The problem is the bomb. And will Crizin realize that as well? With the time where it is, Demon dares to try and plant. Crizin hears the tap and will not hesitate.
Yeah, I think he was just going to tap and try and fight Spawn. I think he had the read. He definitely spotted him as he crossed with that bomb in his hands as well. Very, very nice attempt there from Demon. Took his time with it. Understood what was available and open. He could have gone for a potential wrap on that B bomb side. I thought that's what he would actually lean towards, but he wanted duels, and God, he almost wins it.
OG fortunate to walk away with that round after the performance that Demon shows us. Fiku unfortunately has not gotten off to the greatest start. He'll have an opportunity to rectify for his sins over here. He's forced back to be long, but it'll be the retake where he should be doing most of his good work, but no, the take never came in. CT smokes were enough to stop them, but the re-execute is planned. A Molotov to the back of the bomb site. Crizin will be burning up a storm. Actually, the Molotov went inside B house. And Crizin smoke will be deployed early on. Now, both teams are largely running out of utility. Spook, his util set isn't the most relevant, and adamb definitely isn't.
I'm actually a little confused by why they threw their Molotov so deep into cave like that. I thought it was supposed to be for backside, but now this is the last stand execute for ex-NAVI Jr. Spoke on short and long. They're going to try and creep their way into the site, but OG are trying to boost, and they've been spotted in doing so. They know exactly what's happening. They should be on high alert. Crizin spammed Fiku as well, actually finished off, and Crizin's escaped on 2 HP, but they've got the plant they want, and Mateos is just killing players through the smoke. He's found 3 before OG even get eyes onto a soul of this T side. It's an immediate save call.
I don't actually mind the Molotov out towards B house. It feels like it's just to make sure that anyone who's inside that area of the map will feel a little bit more threatened, will want to vacate, and then when you get both the backside smokes up, your execute doesn't feel like the lack of Molotovs hurts it anywhere near as much.
Sure, but why are we throwing it from ramp instead of from inside of Cheetah? Because the ramp player can't actually stop them from getting a kill. They're smoked off at the entrance to cave.
Maybe you just don't want to be caught with nades or something, but hey, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. If he had thrown that Molotov to the back side of Cave, and there was one being thrown from Cheetah into the close cubby, then you just carpet bombed the entire.
Yeah, I don't think they had 2 mollies though.
No, they didn't. So again, what was the point of it? Is basically my question. But it didn't matter. I mean, the pullback from OG when they don't have smokes, they want to play more reserve. They're playing for the late round, and they get absolutely picked apart, trying to play around boosts that get spotted from Cave.
Gravity, by the way, utility damage is 126 right now. It's early on the T side. That is not insignificant. Shout out to Jonas, our observer, for showing that off. adamb, trying to take the fight to them, is going to receive a shot to the head. And Matthews is certainly to blame. Krabany decides he would like to shoulder some of it as well.
That's crazy. I'm actually perplexed that OG went for an independent close run actually to elbow, and it was so delayed in terms of the support from the backside of Donut. They don't clear for Crizin though, and actually can't cancel the plant.
Well,
doesn't even get his kill.
Hard shot to hit.
Yeah, I'm it's a little curious there from OG. I mean, great delay flashes there from ex-NAVI Jr. They're coordinating that alongside the timing from ledge instead of the timing from elbow. That's why Mateus was actually walking through that smoke, but he heard the steps of adamb just beelining straight for him. So he got ahead of that play, and then the support just got super flashed by the 3 or 4 that ex-NAVI Jr. threw to mid.
Look, we saw that the struggles for ex-NAVI Jr. earlier on versus Paravision were largely on the CT side. So his T side performance is good and all, but we still hope that they can maybe top it out with a bare minimum of 8 rounds.
I mean, their riflers are just so good on this ex-NAVI Jr. roster. Mateus is the newer addition on loan from Copenhagen Wolves, but you know, Krabany is an in-game leader. Jugas, Demon, both have incredible control.
And right now, Crizin might need that incredible control as well. Spots out a player going through. Good for 1, good for 2. Perfectly played by Crizin. And at the back of the A-bomb site, OG will be carving their way to 4. That way is not going to be walked just yet. A deep Molotov out towards B long, trying to push it back to Fiku. Fiku is really struggling on this bomb site. A point of exploitation that will continue to take place. The bomb being planted, Demon fading away. It's a full 4 versus 3. The reset is good. And as Navi Jr. on the former side will be resetting into the post plants, they'll find an advantage on top of it all. Nikodo's alone, cornered in, and Symmetry is just keeping him busy. It's all about the flank coming up from Krabany, and although Nikodos expects it, it's not enough. Spook left alone, 1 versus 2, MP9 and Kit, but this is gone. This is just gone.
That's a 3-on-5. It's a raw 3-on-5. They try and run this fake on A, and sure, OG lose position, but for Fiku to have died so quickly on the B take, by the time they get into after plants and try and go in for trades, OG are down that man. They don't have any position to work off of. The rotates are delayed, and you know, it's the fact that OG actually did buy into the fake idea. Not for Crizin getting those 2 kills quickly, those rotations would have been even more staggered.
Yeah.
Again, that's just the power of the riflers that they have, and you know, great impact from Symmetry as well, supplementing the entries.
Fiku feels like he's just not getting time to respond at all at a couple of these moments. Nico does. Looks like Nico done with his round. Go next. Yikes. Krabany's also coming in from behind. Crizin realizes that, but realization doesn't mean like to win the round. Well, I'll take it, man. If you can save the M4 and get a kill, why not?
Symmetry is just busy combat AWPing inside of Donut, and it's just funny to me that Krabany just gets shot in the back of the head while he's watching his teammate brawl it out. Figo is trying to brawl his way out as well with a save. 8 rounds on this T side already. I mean, ex-NAVI Junior are looking, honestly, really lethal. I wouldn't even say it's been clean and it's been, you know, masterfully orchestrated, but the ways in which they're getting these entries and cascading that into round wins, it's, I mean, OG are just not even on the same wavelength at the moment. They're humming a different tune.
And I don't know if this is the song of success at all. Unfortunately, OG has been limited in what they've found so far. And for them over here, this is not really the start of the season they want if it's going to end up in an elimination as NAVI Junior. Of course, we're still very early on in the series, but the way Navi's playing right now certainly is putting them as the major favorites. But a deep grenade will deter Jugas alongside the flashpoint. The problem is going to be Nikoros, actually, and adamb pushing together. They'll give up the A-bomb site for this one, but you have to watch out for what Krabany is up to. Spook gets forward to speed, I do believe, and as Nikoros has a knife out in his hand, he thought he was safe. He doesn't realize it. The comms are gone, and Krabany gets through before he's finally traded. This is a full utility set available for both these players. The ex-NAVI Junior camp are going to isolate duels as well. Demon looks for the fight, and Spook has been a damn good hand for OG, but is he going to find the kill? Yes, he is. It leaves Symmetry alone, and that combat opping you were talking about, we might need more of it. In that 1 versus 3, sound given out. Backs off at a temple. He's got space to play from. Does he realize there's going to be 2 players? Now he does. He's looking for the close fight first. Orb still ready. Combat needed. He'll find it! It's 9 for ex-NAVI, and what a performance to get them there from Symmetry. We'll go to a break with his head held high, and OG with head in hands instead.
If all they've been saying is true, there's a war before your eyes. Tell me, can you see right through? Right through, right through. Down through the wires and the pipeline. We go disconnecting from the city and the skyline. This is the
Welcome back. What a performance coming out in the end from Symmetry to put Navi Jr., or the former squad representing that banner, up to 9. OG feeling suffocated.
Yeah, and it seems like ex-NAVI Jr. are just blessed to have all these players that can pull off clutches. Symmetry did have 2 clutches himself, but, you know, Demon almost pulled one off. That was crazy. OG just don't seem to have the same level of killer instinct or stopping power, and that will translate into this CT pistol here for ex-NAVI Jr. 2. 3 players already fighting out towards that A bomb site. 2 from default, 1 from Donuts.
Okay, Nikodos has a plan.
It's actually crazy that this is what they decided to do.
Okay, guys.
For a main, bomb B.
Okay, guys. Guys, I've got this. Nico, no, never mind.
I love that Jugas insta-headshot him through the box as well. I can't.
Alright, but do you have a
what
plan?
What happened?
Michael, but do you have a plan?
What happened in this game? Like, I felt like at the start it was a little neck and neck, and then all of a sudden it's just
for OG.
Yeah, it's what is.
It's funny because, you know, yesterday obviously we watched them play against Iberian Soul, and look, I'm not gonna bash on him. This is whatever. It's okay. You're in a bad situation, but we're praising Krisen so much. Like, look, the variety of the strats and this and that, and Krisen today is showing us, hey, my variety also includes what you can use in your matchmaking. 4A bomb B. Well, I'm sure
I've seen fakes, but a 4-man commitment to the fake.
This is like Mouse Sports 2015 with Nico.
I can't believe that. And they were so committed to the fights as well. It's not like they were just show bodies and then run away.
Maybe Nico just stop believing. Spook, however, in middle with the Eagle is hunting for this boost. Unfortunately, Jukas is kind of just better. He crouches out for most of it, and then in the very end, pops a peek and pops ahead. Demon hoping to do some of the same, as this is going to be a slow progression forward. Demon is only going to find 1, but that's why Symmetry comes in from behind. The MP9 can be put to good use and likely upgraded as well if he stays alive.
Oh, let's just put this one behind us, I suppose. See if Krisen can cook something up. Fiku is stayed at least towards this B ramp for now. Here's the jump spots over at long, so there's confirmation on at least one position. And he will now show some presence. Just a couple shots rattled down range. And, ex-NAVI Jr. won't suspect that once again, the bomb is not where they expect.
OG's reading them like a book, Michael. Oh? If he could get one more kill over here, this round is very much on. He's going to end up falling down in the end. Gravity, in the process of sussing out the fake, has brought it down to a 2 versus 1. But frankly, this is an opportunity for Krisen. Can he take it?
And another kit. And a 10-second stick would be very brave. They're going to assume, rightfully so, that he should be within Donut. But Krisen's going for a wilder play for a long wrap. In fact, he's not revealed his hand. Krabini seems to have sussed it out. He was actually expecting the temple rotate, but able to make the adjustment.
Well,
nice effort from Fiku.
Great stuff from him. Yeah, he's had a difficult game so far, and frankly, good to see a little bit of performance. Is realistically what is just going to be a bit of a morale boost going into Mirage. So with the way things are going, it feels unlikely that OG is able to actually mount a comeback. But good to see him perform nonetheless. It's a strange buy. Desperate is the characterization I think would be easy to agree on. But as flashes sail out from middle, Spook is hunting for a kill he's unlikely to find. Mateos on the other side is playing it conservatively. Wanted to peek out with Symmetry. Symmetry blows open the smoke and now no longer having that opportunity to fight with his teammate. It means that Mateos will back off.
This has been one of the most gracious starts to a round I think we've seen all game. Very minimal damage to util. T-side map control being gained. Look at the crunch to mid.
Now it's coming through. Adam's found one. Spook finds it. The second. Adam starts to re-navigate back over to Donut. This could be the worst possible play for them to make. There is a double swing lined up, and Jukas and Matthews find 3 instantly. Not just leveling the playing field, getting the advantage in it as well. Now Fiku all alone. 1 versus 2, and the former NAVI junior camp has had enough of being faffed around by fakes. Fiku will be contested. This will not be a free bomb plant. Mateos. Watching out the Donut. Peeks forward. Will not get the kill. Fiku gets the better of him. This could be OG's first T-side round.
It could be, but retreating into Donut could be a mistake. Krabany is ready and willing to greet him on this line. 20 HP. Fiku has to take a duel and just hit the head, but he can't. Krabany showed no urgency. Didn't even have a kit, but ready and willing to wait that one out. 12th round, and still no rounds for OG.
Probably one of the better looking rounds we've had from them in a while, but still.
Yeah, it seemed, I mean, the plan seemed solid. Again, they get themselves into entry positions.
Nice. A lot of rounds in a row.
But it's just another 3v5 that they seed.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll cast your mind back to OG's debut, where they got destroyed by Iberian Soul in the first map in the series. 13-2. Yeah, and then they destroyed Iberian Soul back in the second map. So maybe OG are just slow risers.
Right. The comeback merchant, so something of the sort. Jukas went out with a deep incendiary, is not going to be able to do anything with his utility. Nikoros has already sailed right past, and a deep flash from Symmetry. Rather, it's a smoke, actually, to fake out the lurk. He can start to progress forward if he wants to. Mateos in the back lines. What a kill with the MP9. And all in the meanwhile, Symmetry prevents the bomb from being planted. OG's dry spell is going to be eternal the way things are going. Ancient will be an unbroken spree unless Nikodos and Fiku can do something about it. But with Krabany on the flank, he'll be able to finish them off. 18-8 on him, 13-3 from the former NAVI junior boys. In the meanwhile, Symmetry prevents the bomb from being planted. OG's dry spell is going to be eternal the way things are going. Ancient will be an unbroken spree unless Nikodos and Fiku can do something about it. But with Krabany on the flank, he'll be able to finish them off. 18.
Won't take it no more.
Welcome back. It's an incredibly one-sided performance on Ancient that puts OG on the back foot in their ESL Pro League journey. ex-NAVI Junior in this lower bracket run have started off strong, but can they finish out on their own map pick? It's Mirage that we head into.
Yeah, and considering the ways that ex-NAVI Junior were winning in that first map, I do worry for OG, because it feels very conducive to Mirage. Nikodos already getting a headshot delivered to him and a Molotov at his feet. Spook needs to find something back, but he gets absolutely deleted by Jugas.
adamb feels scared, and I would too in his place. He's already been ding-gooshed naded.
Oh.
That is lethality at its maximum. Not a single point of damage taken so far by the Steez side. They are 5v3 with the bomb planted. CT has got very few access points available. Smoke and a kit will not be helping them if they cannot get onto the site. Jugas, another kill. Oh my god, it is unnecessary damage. I mean, 4 people do not lose a single point of health over there.
Yeah, they get owned in every single fight. Instant headshot to window, instant headshot to ticket, HE to follow it up. I mean, nobody felt like they had a fighting chance. It was like 100 humans versus 1 silverback gorilla. I don't understand how OG get so dismantled in that pistol, and it may just be a sign of the times.
Gosh. Also 4 MP9s with Nikodos having flashes. This is always going to be a mid-swing. But when there is Symmetry and Krabany on the other side, I just feel scared they're going to end up losing somehow. No, Crimson finds one. Mateos now suddenly feels incredibly lonely over here. AK at the ready will only be good for a single kill. Jugas is elsewhere finding space in the map. So this mid-heavy presence has actually worked out very nicely. Jugas is in a 1 versus 3. CTs are taking their time to recollect and start to move forward. This would be the perfect response to a nearly impossible pistol round. Jugas cornered in, another kill found, keeps the spray going. It's almost on the money, but it's not quite there. Spook will shut him down, and there you go. OG fight back.
Yeah, I mean, a really nice call there from OG. Just knowing that they were going to set up for that mid collapse immediately, and you know, to be honest, the fact that ex-NAVI Jr. were able to salvage even a kill after the first players picked apart so quickly was at least a fighting chance back into the round. But OG spaced themselves quite nicely. The recovered weapons have an impact, and that kill from Nikodos especially into Market just secured the round in terms of maintaining that advantage.
I mean, the Nikodos kill and the frag that they get onto a player dropping down in the B apartments, both of those combined are just so good. Of course, the former NAVI Junior camp are not going to be messed with. They will force buy right back into things. A couple of Deagles, a Mac 10 and an AK. Nikodos flashed up, forced back. One of the contesting middle, and there's a reason why they weren't prison. There's a reason why they weren't. Immediately 2 kills found. It's a 5 versus 3. If this is going to be what the rest of the game looks like, I'm all in.
Well, yeah, if it just ends up being forced by wars for the whole half, I'd be very surprised.
I was thinking more clean entries, but yeah.
I don't think I've seen a triple Delpan setup before.
Well, Peak was about to say, yeah, neither have I. The remaining CT side players will start to recollect and look to play out middle. That is exactly what they were waiting for. Demons, Mac 10 finds a double. And all of those weapons that you lost out, they feel like they're just going to be recovered. Look at that. They went into that with 1 AK and a Mac 10. They've walked out with 3 and an MP9 as well.
It's... What is that? What is happening?
Force 5 wars. Let's go. We're gonna keep at it.
But why are the force buys so convincing? I mean, a great plan once again from ex-NAVI Jr. I mean, they go for mid control off of the force. They get 2 entries and they just freeze because, like you said, they were waiting for that OG reaction to retake mid because they just cannot sit in silence and they cannot sit completely blind to any information. Just really nice patient play. This time it's an A exec from ex-NAVI Jr. Demon to lead the way, but he's doing so fairly independently. The rest of the squad were lining up util. They'll be a little late to the rendezvous, but now that these smokes are down, they can actually move to make space.
Krizen's found a critical kill. Is this going to be another force by victory? Krizen certainly seems to think so. He believes in himself, and for good reason. Those 2 kills give Fiku so much more space to come in from behind, and he's going to find the immediate kill. Look for more Demon and Jukas. Keep it contentious, and that contentious suddenly turned for the NAVI Junior side. That is a great attempt from OG, but at the end of it all, they still lose, and they will still be down in the dumps economically.
Do they do it again?
Surely.
Ex-NAVI Jr. would do it again. They would buy again.
Yeah. But we're not saying that's a good thing.
Yeah, it came down to 2 players. You know, you can see that there's a couple weaknesses in the way that they're sort of spacing or moving in for kills. You know, if not for the fact that, you know, Demon and Jugas are just these incredibly strong riflers that in these chaotic moments are salvaging the rounds. Could have seen the justification, but it's a save. It's an immediate opener for Krabany inside of middle. And so with that, they will use that mid control to great effect. Krizen does have a deke, though.
Well, he had it.
And it's gone.
I think the rush of the OG camp might be as well. Nikodos holding down the line. His Deagle shots have been pretty good overall, but this one is only just a, you know, painting to put on your fridge. It's not actually good, but it's nice.
I feel like we're witnessing this internal contest for Demon and Jugas, just who is going to end up with the most kills out of this half, because they are currently neck and neck.
8-1 on the former NAVI Junior camps. Leading men. It's going to be a faster play from Nikodos, perhaps. He is jumping down into the underpass area. But the flashes thrown are going to end up blinding him. I do believe those were flashes from himself. That's not going to be particularly helpful. Demon Molotov will try and keep Nikadol's honest, and it actually slows him down so much he takes damage. Mateos is there to finish him off, and there's more T-side players where that came from. But Jugas is going to be caught with the nade in his hand. Mateos can play cover. OG down to 3. Mateos the one to put them there.
I think what's really rough is that you can tell OG are trying to set a precedent inside of middle, but they're just not coming out very, very good from these exchanges. And it might force them to have to play more passively, or they might have to start focusing on the extremities instead. ex-NAVI Junior are just going to keep on winning rounds if they find these openers so consistently. I mean, adamb tries to make a desperate move, get ahead of the exec, slide out to back triple and whittle down the numbers, but just a step too late. OG may have to come to the realization within this qualifier that the current state of Counter-Strike is there is going to be a 16 or 17-year-old Russian kid or Ukrainian in this case, or Lithuanian, you know.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of countries where they'll just be better than you.
Yeah. What? I didn't realize how intimate ex-NAVI Junior really were, but that's what you get for being long-standing teammates.
The problem that OG has is all their players, except for Fiku, are, you know, they're just from the wrong part of Europe. It's too far west, Michael.
It's just crazy that the talent is so rich on this ex-NAVI Junior roster, and you know there were talks about them being sold to another organization. Don't know if that's going to happen or what's going to happen with.
I mean, OG themselves were tweeting out that we're about to play the next Cloud9 team.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so
sure.
Hey, they said it, not me.
And here they are, Orgless, and absolutely tearing it up.
Yeah. Gosh. OG are hoping that the Eagles can once again be their friends and not their foes. 4-player stack on the A-bomb side does feel like it is the right move with the way NAVI Junior, the former lineup, is assembling, but as Nikados will be pushed, rather Spook will be pushed back, it's a fight he should never have won, and adamb got another one of those. Jugas will take Fiku's life away, but it's still a 3 versus 3, and Demon is still alive over in middle. Spook will lose his life. It's going to be a full swing out from Jugas to try and push him away. adamb is really the only one who can contest, but Kristen out from jungle is good for one as well. The two players who've been in contest for so long, feels like they're the ones who will be putting it to bed. OG, great damage, but at this point it feels like the days of damage are gone.
Where is this bomb? Jugas has done laps. Is it actually on the top? Oh my god. How did it end up all the way up there? Just giving Kristen some extra time to feel a little safer in his attempt back on this retake.
Yeah.
He's got his hands on an M4 too.
It'll help. But it's all about whether NAVI Junior or the former side even gives them that duel. Kristen is going to get the smoke down on the bomb. He doesn't have the kit though, so they shouldn't be too worried, and they will be expecting something of the nature, but Demon doesn't care about expectations. He just wants his kills, man. Jugas just got ahead of him. He hates this. He hates how this is going. Why is he one kill more than me?
They're an immortal duo. I mean, they both died once, but past that, every round that gets even slightly close, they're getting multi-kills, and they're closing these rounds out. OG, I just don't know what they do when, you know, it's not like they're not getting themselves into man advantages, they're not getting themselves into potentially winning positions. They're then just in these late round moments getting outgunned.
Sometimes the answer is simple. Just shoot back.
Yeah, you can't, I mean, I'm not kidding. You know, Demon's 17, Jugas is 16.
Right,
There are just kids that are better than
it's
you.
so crazy, actually, that there's so many of these talents, and you look out towards other teams. I mean, there's some teams that obviously just have a special sauce when it comes to scouting and finding them. The Navi side, obviously, the organization made like youth team, an academy team, a full system,
Yeah.
right? And most of these players did come through the youth team, so it's clearly working. Piku flashes in his face, Molly on his feet. This is as bad as it gets for a B-side anchor, and now it's worse. He's met his death, he's met his demise, and Demon will introduce Crizin to much of the same. It's a rotation from Krabany as he's realized, you know what, we're probably going to win this round. Let me just try and hunt, actually.
This was my worry, is that, you know, with OG and how frequently they were losing out on these mid-fights, I mean, it would seem silly to continue to just slam your head against the wall, fighting them for that mid control. And so they've tried to have presence, but they did not try and fight mid floor. They didn't swing from short. They're not trying to be as contentious. And by, you know, sitting within the bomb sites a little bit more, they are also just flying that much blinder. I mean, they want to play within the bomb sites with how much ex-NAVI Junior have been playing to this more pacey effect, but then when they're actually on the sites itself, it's not like the success rate was that much better here.
Jugas' KDR can't be contained.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
It's like you actually can't fit it into the slot.
Can I look at headshot percentage quickly?
OG has some pretty crazy headshot percentage, Michael.
But just look at the sample size.
I know, but it's okay. Let's look at what you asked for, okay? Negado's nice kill onto Mateos. At least it's the start. Is there going to be a finish as well? Demon certainly hopes not. Crizin, it's a rare win, but he will find it. Leaves Jugas back in Palace, who doesn't really want to commit just yet. 3 versus 5 for the ex-NAVI Junior camp. They've won a few of these on Ancient. Can they do it again here?
I was really worried that Demon and Jugas would be unable to die more than once. With Demon down, maybe there is a chance.
Who knows?
The boost for Krabany, it could just be down to timing. I mean, his teammate's making a lot of noise rotating in through spawn, but Krabany's going to wait the smoke.
Krabany takes the peek. Krabany can't win the duel. Spook comes out on top, and now suddenly it feels like you can maybe heave a sigh of relief. Nice shot from Crizin to follow up as well, putting himself in harm's way. And OG get themselves an incredibly clean victory. They heard your advice, Michael. Just shoot back.
Yeah, and man, that worked well, didn't it? It's a rare instance where they have actually been able to outmuscle ex-NAVI Junior on the initial bout. So that's promising. Let's just hope they keep it up. Wouldn't want OG to fall flat here. I have a lot of praise to throw at these players and the path they've gone on, but I mean, when you're dealing with that, what can you do? Mikados just gets defenestrated.
Well, this creep and crawl forward, it's about to be met by adamb, and he's just one of the few players who feels like he can hold a candle to the ex-NAVI Junior side, but only once. Mateos will trade that life away. While Krabany continues to be on his lurking shenanigans now, the expectations of that are present with OG. They're starting to look for that duel a lot more so. It's an old criticism you had of certain IGLs of days gone by. It's not to say Krabany doesn't find massive success doing that very often.
I mean, they've got a lot of util here for OG. They've got the kits they need as well. They just need to get that smoke into the site where they can actually cross and breach into the bomb site properly. Symmetry's past a lot of the util, and even if he gets hit by that flash, keeps them busy that little while longer. They took a while to get into the site itself, and they need to stick this defuse, but they're going straight for the kills instead, and Crizin will jump on it with kit in hand, and it will be just in the nick of time, just by putting Navi Jr. out there OG focus on fights, and they're winning more because of it.
Yeah, it really felt like if Symmetry hadn't peeked back out after being flashed off, that could have been a round that goes the other way. Obviously, he feels like he's the one who has to play first contact, playing out from Tetris and all. Because he's not going to be the true insurance strategy, but yeah. Nicely done from OG to bring themselves up to 3, and let's not forget that the former NAVI Junior side can sometimes struggle a little bit from that half transition. We've seen that a couple of times over now, actually.
Yeah, one half extremely good, and the other...
Just gone.
Yeah, a little absent.
The Paravision treatment, but can OG actually give that to them? They still feel like they need 4, maybe 5 rounds, and Crizin wants to deliver. These past few have been fantastic from him, and Fiku steps up to the plate as well. Demon decides he's going to put himself on that plate. Hello. Eat me up, I guess. And it's a nice little topping from Nikoros. 4 for OG. And the good thing for ex-NAVI Junior is they do have like a decent amount of money, right? So after all of those wins with so few players dying. But the bad thing is OG can still make 5.
Yeah, they really can. And you can see the tide starting to shift a bit. I mean, now that there's some extra confidence behind OG, you know, they got humbled in mid so many times, and with one of those instances working of them being aggressive and winning those duels, it has seemed to sort of spur them on to be a bit more confident in the swings that they take. Kristen's been doing a great job as well of just finding openers or finding equalizing frags. He's been doing a really solid job of being diligent and getting his. It has to be a collective effort on this CT side. NAVI Junior start to slow their roll. Well, that's not quite the incendiary that Nikodos was looking for. Would prevent them from boosting up, so I guess it accomplishes a goal. I guess. But they will boost up after the incendiary and into a smoke. So, window is a vulnerable position. It's something that's still being watched out for by Nikodos, and he's hoping to fast respond towards that A bomb site should it see siege. But a slow contact out from Demon. He knows that this player is inside of Ticket, but Gravity's been found inside of Window, going ahead of the ramp players taking contact. So they no longer have to worry about that flank. Demon out towards Sandwich. There are no smokes available here for ex-NAVI Junior. They have nothing to serve as coverage. Only Molotovs that can funnel out these OG members. They still manage to get this open plant. Topside triple spook from the back of the bomb site, finally revealing, but only the one. And the trades are coming out too immediately here for OG. A safe set of hands for everyone involved. 5 rounds on this CT side for OG. They still have some life left in them. Let's see if that continues into the second half.
A recovery from OG in that first half of Mirage gives us an unlikely 5-7 and a possible chance for them to make it a comeback on Navi Junior's own map pick. Will that be what happens, or are we going to see more of the demolition derby from Demon and Judas?
Yeah, I mean, they started to slow down towards the end of that half, and I'm not going to say whether or not that was entirely why ex-NAVI Junior started to seed rounds, but OG did a much better job of fighting with a bit more vigor and confidence to them. Was kind of worried after the brutalization on Ancient that it would carry over into this map, and it seemed like it did, but now they've regained their sanity. Can only hope that the second half goes as swimmingly for them. This is a fake call. This time it's a one-man wrecking crew on the A-bomb site via Crizzen, but it's sussed out pretty quickly, and it doesn't seem like ex-NAVI Junior are actually moving players into the positions. Demon took a headshot, Mateos down, B-bomb site's taken, no problem, and Crizzen hasn't even been dealt with either, so they'll have to worry about that late lurk, and there's Crizzen with that activation.
Well, doesn't really get much better than this, does it, for OG? 5 versus 2, the CTs have nowhere to go. No real access points to the bomb site. Maybe even worth it to ask for a save. It's unlikely that we see one come through, but hey, I can ask. Gotta say, man, at the end of that T half, though, it really did feel like Gravity was being fully exploited. OG had a great read on how the former Navi Junior side was playing things. They managed to pick up a lot in their individual form as well. I'm looking forward to what they show us on this T side.
Yeah, no, me as well. I mean, you could definitely notice that, you know, OG weren't being as unsettled in the mid rounds. You know, especially when Navi love to run this sort of like slower, more bursty, hunt for a kill in the mid round type of play style. And you know, if you transition but from between spots, you can get caught off quite often. I think it's what we saw ex-NAVI Junior do a lot on Ancient. It's what we saw them do at the start of this game as well. So it's maybe taken a bit of time to acclimatize. The force buy from ex-NAVI Junior. That much should be expected. Lose a pistol. Force in the second round. If you get it close, force again, potentially.
We've seen that one before.
Yeah, force until it works.
The Counter-Strike way.
Well,
I didn't say the professional
the ex-NAVI
Counter-Strike
Junior way.
Just the general Counter-Strike way. Well, in the meanwhile, we have Gravity, who is playing a slightly more deeper angle. Crizzen must have been watching the radar or something. I don't know. Didn't feel like he really got the response off, and right now the only responders are from the CT side. Demon picks up a few frags as well, and as Fiku's fighting back, he's going to be assisted by Spook, who's revealed position, but with these AKs and MP9s on the side, Jukas is alone. 1 versus 1, but with the bomb down and Fiku low, this is going to be an advantage for the MP9, especially if he's hitting shots like that.
Oh my god. Again, it's just another one of these late round plays from Demon or Jugas. I am sorry, unfortunately, for Crizzen that he actually thought he just had space to relax. I mean, for Krabby to have played so deep inside of ladder room like that, Crizzen, I think, was waiting to see what his teammates were getting up to on the radar. I think you're right to say that he was probably looking at his radar in that moment just to understand when he should probably take his timing and how far they were actually out on the site. And you just get shot on the side of the head, and then we see the SMGs wreak havoc.
And unfortunately for OG, this force spy has not started off quite as successfully.
Yeah, it won't be as well equipped either.
It's true. Why are you saying that, Chris? Is that to line up a bomb drop?
They're just chilling out, seeing what they can do. They have to wait out smokes anyway.
Just a couple of boys having a good time. Maybe not that good of a time though, as Symmetry will be spotting them out. Smoke up for himself. Jukas will take Nikoros' light out of his hands and his body. Jukas actually does end up falling, but that is an AK-47 that can be recovered by the CT side very swiftly. Demon will make his way over. And there you go. 4 players kept alive. All the premium rifles as well.
That's why I just heard Symmetry triple dink someone transitioning to Tetris, and it did like 30 damage when they were going out for that hit. So that was strange, but yeah, no real casualties for ex-NAVI Junior. Nothing that they're not happy enough giving away, especially for the extra round security. So they should be up to double digits here. OG are going for a full save. Spook running back to pick up a P250, but that'll be all the real firepower they bring to the table. Gonna use this as an opportunity, I'm sure, to discuss what their plan is for the upcoming gun round.
Yeah. They had that chance in the last round as well, so this better be like a really good gun round coming over.
Not the diligence there, though. Deep incendiary that actually reaches the little doorway that you can hide in. Very cute.
It's just always such sharp shooting. A lot of headshots in there. That comes out that aforementioned gun round that we've been waiting for, and OG have been dreaming of. It is going to be full AKs, but slightly light on the utility. You can see that already. Crimson is going to be sacrificing a smoke. A lot of flashes have been sacked. And we're left with 3 Molotovs as well. 2 smokes are all they'll have to execute into any side. This mid-take has to come through with a kill or 2, and Symmetry losing the shot is certainly going to be helping. He tries to go back over, fight his way out. It's at a difficult angle, but as Fiku will be taken down by Demon Speak from Sandwich. Demon re-peeks back into 3. It's information, sure, but he wanted kills, and that's not what Mateos will get either. Jukas comes through with a big 2. Symmetry and Gravity left in a 2 versus 1, and with the bomb down, Spook feels like he's got no option but to proceed forward. He looks for more fights. Gravity will just back off.
Spam from Symmetry is very close. It's a fresh smoke at the top side of Con, and Spook is separated from the bomb. Has to breach past connector or reroute back to ramp. Some way to actually get back into this site. Incendiary gives more time for Symmetry to actually play deeper inside of A ramp to actually account for that potential rotation. Gravity spots him, so now no illusions can be cast here by Spook.
Well, Guise of Invisibility is suddenly gone, but he still has an opportunity to be able to maybe isolate out a 1 versus 1, a flashbang to assist perhaps. Now we know he can pull it out safely, he doesn't. The problem is going to end up being the time. How many bomb plants can you fake? It's not really an angle where neither player can see him, and Krabany just finds him looking to the side. So round number 11 will be found without OG getting a bomb plant. That makes a decision to force spy much less likely.
Yeah, I love the decision there as well between Symmetry and Krabany, just to both effectively 3-2-1 swing from their divided positions. You know, even if one goes down, the other one will have full information about where he is and has a greater capacity to trade. And, you know, because it's a split angle 180s between Ticket and Ramp, they play it together in a way that makes it uncomfortable. Aggressive moves on this OG half-buy. They try to show that presence inside of middle, but they don't actually commit to it. OG are going far more ramp heavy. They have a execute in the back pocket. They really do need this one to work.
It's really their only chance as well. But the problem is that ex-NAVI Junior have numbers here, and Symmetry takes first contact, first life as well with it. You're not going to see Krabany feeling afraid of taking the fight either. He peeks out, gets 1, gets 2, and OG are falling apart. They're down 6 and 12. They'll have one more gun round, but the win of the former NAVI Junior side feels inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, we got a nice round streak, 5 in a row from OG, coming out from that second half out from the first half rather into the second half. But I mean, you just see how streaky it's been throughout this game. ex-NAVI Junior have definitely been in control for the most part, but with that moment of capitulation at the end of that first half, You thought OG might be able to leverage that into something more, but ex-NAVI Junior now have 6 chances to close out this series and cut OG's ties to the EPL qualifiers completely out.
First round of the lower bracket, of course. Neither team is going to be quite in full contention for that one qualification spot just by winning this, but you certainly don't want to be the first to fall. Symmetry and Jugas finding a kill apiece, but Spook's response is nice, but it's limited. That limitation is going to be felt. It's only one left. It's Fiku, 1 versus 4. There's no chance he wins this one, none whatsoever. I refuse to believe it. But he's fighting for the impossible. OG are not going to make it to ESL Pro League. Their run has been eliminated too early. What a performance from ex-NAVI Junior to guarantee it.
Yeah, it was dominant. I mean, the first map was... I mean, we can't say anything other than that it was absolutely dominant. And then the second map, sure, a minor moment of contention, but it's hard to say as